God, help me. Man, I'm trying to rein me in. I just had an interesting conversation with my uncle. Enlightening moment. Uh, he beat me up a little bit, but he gave me a ton of insight and what I like to perceive as a ton of love. Uh, man, oh, it's crazy what I do with my perspective. It's incredible what we can do or how we can see things when we choose to see them a certain way. But we'll get into that stuff later. Just wanted to touch on how I switched my Instagram account from a personal account to a professional account. I'm gonna start posting videos on there, and the thought of that, I'm not gonna lie to you, it gave me anxiety. Like, I'm already doing these here, but I know that nobody's seen these yet. So I'm comfortable doing these because, like, I have no audience, I have no judgment. But I know that what I'm doing and how I feel about what I'm doing, I know that it's right. So I'm like so dedicated, and like literally no exaggeration. Well, I can't say that. Let me back up. Almost every waking moment of my life goes to me thinking about and processing how I can improve the situation of my family on an individual level, on a family level, and then on the group level, you know, the whole family. And when I understand the depth of the issues that are everywhere, you know, and it's always going to be better to keep things in the eye perspective, but I have to just keep it real at the same time, you know. And it's never going to be my intention to try to put people on blast or make them feel, I hope they don't feel like they're being attacked. But I just know that this whole love shift, this perspective thing that I've learned to do is just, it's huge, it's awesome. And if some people get their feelings hurt or feel like using them as an example in any way, shape, or form is an attack on them, God bless them, because this is so much bigger than them, and it's so much bigger than me. And like I know what the right thing to do is, and I just have to do that. So it's definitely what I'm gonna do, man. And as I build this thing and as it grows, I'm just really excited to think that I'm going to be able to share it with a lot of people. They're going to get to share in the experience with me and the relationships that I develop with the people that I grow this thing with. Who knows who's going to end up helping me with it and how big it's going to be, you know. And like, I'm more than willing to dedicate all my time and energy to this because it's so awesome. You know, when we think about family and when we think about love, at least for me, it's just incredible. And the only way I get to see these things this way is because of where I've been and the journey and everything that I've gone through, the good, bad, or indifferent, and it's allowed me to become the person that I am today. And it's just awesome. And I'm so looking forward to being able to share my journey with those who choose to be part of it. And I was listening to Russell Brunson today, man. I love this guy. He's a marketing guy. He does these funnels, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up using his structure, his service to put my information out there, and I think it's gonna work out incredibly. And I want to use his setup to help my uncle's business, you know. I wanna use. I mean, listen. I'm binge listening to this guy. You hear me? You hear me, Russell? I'm binge listening to you, dude. He was talking about this in some of his podcasts. He's like, man, people start listening and this and that, and before you know it, you're listening to all of them. And I downloaded a bunch of them on my phone, and I'm just listening. I'm sucking up the information, and I feel like, see, people like this guy, people like, you know, the people that do this kind of stuff, the ones that put things that they've learned out there. And yeah, man, they're all trying to make money. They're marketing something. They're selling a service. They're providing a service. They're building a tribe. They're building a family. And see, I love the family aspect, you know what? And people like, I think people like Russell, these guys that come from what I'm gonna assume are structured families from the way I hear him talk about his dad, or when I hear him speak about what he does with his kids. It sounds incredible. He talks about being present, and you know, the what I'm doing with my perspective and how I look at things, it's allowed me to step outside of the situation and away from myself and look at the bigger picture and ask myself, you know, what am I doing for the greater good of myself, my family, my son. And you know, that's a whole another story, but like, I have to work my way back into my son's life if he'll have me, you know. And what if he decides that he doesn't want to be part of my life, or he doesn't want me to be part of his life? You know, that's something I have to deal with and accept, you know. I mean, hey, the struggle's real, but I made my bed, and I have to lie down in it, if, you know, just like the expression says. So anyways, it's so awesome today to have people to look up to. You know, I have my uncle, he's here in the flesh, and what motivates me in this immediate situation is to give my time, my energy, and my effort to my family, my uncle and my aunt. You know, I love them, and I can see, like everybody else in the world, you know, where we often forget to love ourselves, you know. And over time, the choices we make, they form us and they shape us into the people that we are. And so often, keeping it in the eye perspective, I've been in places in my life where I look at the situation in those moments and I'm like, how did I get here? What the hell happened? And it's real easy to see where a lot of people don't even do that. You know, they choose to just not even be present. You know, they choose not to think about their current situation, you know, and they drift towards those comfort, those pacifiers, whether it's a television show, or the time they spend on the internet, or the time they spend on their phones, you know. And those things that they choose to be dedicated to, they choose them over themselves. And that's how, like, when I started again with the perspective, like, I have to look at what I'm doing and where that time, energy, and effort goes. And if it's something that's not improving me, if it's not going to benefit my family, and if it's not going to improve the relationship situation, like with my kid or my brother, and or whoever's in my family, you know, then I have to ask myself what I'm doing. So just got to stay present, got to stay aware, constant awareness. Let's stay on top of our stuff in the moment, man. And if we do that, we're gonna get far. And if we do these things together, we're gonna value them more. It's gonna mean so much more to us when we work together for a singular goal. And when we reach these goals, when we get to those points that we see that's what we're going towards, and when we get there and we're like, yay, we're there, woo, and we're happy, you know. Those moments make it all worth it, you know. And who better to build that stuff with than your family? You know, I can't think of anybody that I'd want to share it with more than them, you know. He said something to me today about some of the old contacts, the people that I choose to continue communicating with, or whom I allow to continue communicating with me. And you know, it doesn't matter how much potential I see in these people, because I can see all the most incredible things about them. You know, at the end of the day, if they don't see any of those things in themselves, then it doesn't really matter. You know, I could tell them how awesome they are until I'm blue in the face. If they don't see it, you know what I mean? So anyways, I got to keep doing what I can for me. I got to keep leading by example, and doing everything I can to share and teach those moments to the people that are most important to me. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Have an awesome day, and bless you all.